Hi, thanks for joining me. I'm Teresa Crawley at Transwest Truck Trailer RV in Fredrick, Colorado. Today I'm going to be showing you a 2025 Winnebago EKKO. This is the EKKO that's built on the Ford Transit chassis. I'm a big fan of these EKKOs. They're really well thought out. They came on the market in the last few years, so they're kind of a newer product, but really they hit a lot of the things that people are looking for in a camper. We're going to get into all of those details, including the massive tank size for your water, which you're not going to get in a van, the great drivability, etc. Right now I'll let my camera pan around and then we can get into details. As I said, this is built on the Ford Transit. This is an all-wheel drive coach all the time. It has a 3.5 liter EcoBoost V6 gas engine with a 10-speed automatic transmission and all-around anti-lock disc brakes. A lot of really great electric features for those of you who like to dry camp or boondock. We've got lots of solar, 455 watts of solar on here. We have a 2000 watt inverter on here. We've got a 320 amp lithium ion battery, as well as a gas generator. So that generator is going to pull from your fuel tank up here, so you don't have to worry about it filling something up to make sure that it keeps going. So we have a lot of inputs for power here. We also have a dedicated underhood second alternator to help charge those batteries while you're driving down the road. So if you are boondocking, you definitely have enough power to run your air conditioner and your lights, your refrigerator, all of those things. We also have the ability to plug in at a 30 amp outlet. So lots of options here. If you watch our videos, you've seen that we've done a lot of these videos, but what you may not know is that this coach right here is ready to spot deliver today. And what that means is normally in the process of an RV, we are going to put it through our shops and it's going to take about a week or so, depending on the complexity of the coach, how long it'll take for us to get through the whole thing to get it ready for delivery. We want to make sure that you have an awesome product while you leave, not just have to come back every week to get a little thing fixed, or that we want to make sure that it's perfect for you when it leaves. So what we've done is we've gotten this ready for you already. It's already cleaned, it's already fueled, it's ready to go. So we can get this into your hands, well, before the end of the year, which is today. So if you're interested in doing something like that, a spot delivery, this one is available. We also have EKKOs on the Mercedes diesel chassis. Today we're not going to go over that. We have lots of videos on those, and I'm happy to help you with those. But the floor plan is quite different on them, and the specs are quite different. So today we're going to get into the Ford. First off, I think we should talk about the livability of this. So say it's rainy outside, you don't want to go hiking, you don't want to go biking, you just want to hang out inside, or it's nighttime, you want to chill. You have two little seats here that you can have passengers, of course, ride on when you're getting to where you're going. These do have the latch system on them as well, so they can hold a car seat safely. And then we do have a table that folds up here. So you have a nice place that they can eat or play games or just hang out. As you can see, I have the passenger seat turned around right now. Now the driver's seat does the exact same thing, but I just wanted you to see one in one position and one in the other. But when that driver's seat's turned around, they can use this table for eating or hanging out as well. So really convenient. Then I have to look under here to get this to collapse correctly. There it is. Okay, very easy to do. I just need to put my eyes on it. And then directly in front of me, you'll see that we had added the entertainment center. That includes an HD TV, flat screen TV, as well as a Bluetooth sound bar. We also have a Blu-ray player included up there as well. And then there are places up here that you could hook up some other things if you chose to. And there's also some storage up here. So here, and then storage all around. And then on the other side as well, you'll see that this storage has this blanket looking thing in it, and that's actually an insulated cover for these front windows. So that's going to really help keep the heat in or keep the cold in, whichever you're trying to aim for. It'll keep this nice and insulated. So the coach itself is very well insulated. It's rated for 4 seasons. So, but of course this front cab area is going to need a little extra help, and that's what this is for. Those snap into these little snaps all the way around the front area, and it's really going to keep it sealed and dark in here. Over here you did see there's a little table that you can put out. You can also fold it down and put it away, but that's for this person right here, or if you're prepping for things in the kitchen area. So really nice. You can put this in a bunch of different positions. It goes higher, lower, spins around. Really nice little table they added. Moving into the kitchen area. So you'll see that the cabinets have these really great hinges. Everything in here, if you pay attention, you'll see that they have these great shock type openers. So everything's really easy to open and close. It's not going to slam closed on you, and it stays open really nicely. So if you need to get stuff and work in here. We also have a really great felt carpeting in these cabinets. That's going to help things to not move around a lot or make a lot of noise. It's going to help you to not have breakage on your dishes as well. Directly above here, we have a max fan. That's basically an exhaust fan. It's going to suck air out of here quite quickly. I'm going to say 10 seconds or so, and you're going to have a much different atmosphere in here. If you come into a hot coach, you can turn that exhaust fan on. It'll suck that hot air right out, cool the coach down substantially very quickly. Over here we have your sink, stainless steel. And the coach is winterized right now. That's why we have the little towel. If you see any little drips, that's what it is. It's winterizing fluid. We've got a nice little sprayer attached here as well. And then a 2-burner propane cooktop with a nice little splash guard integrated there. Up here, just your basic microwave oven. And then we have some drawers. This one's quite a bit bigger than that top one. You've got plug-ins here. And then under your sink, you have a little bit more storage as well. You also have a water filter under here so that your water can taste good no matter where you're parked. And you'll notice these windows throughout the coach. I'm going to show you this one in particular. I'm a big fan of these windows. So they have these little locks. They also can be used, the locks, to crack the window. So if you wanted to just do it like that, you can do that. But what's great about these is that they have stages. So that's just a slight breeze I want in, but I can stop it anywhere along the way here. You can hear it clicking. And it can be really, really open. So really nice way to get some air in here. These are dual pane acrylic windows. And from the top, you can pull down a screen, keep the bugs out. And then from the bottom, they have a full darkening shade. So when it's nighttime, you can just pull that up. Now those are on all the windows at the, from the cab back. So you'll notice those throughout the coach. Excuse me. Here we have your refrigerator freezer. Yes, it is tall and skinny. Up here is your freezer. Pretty good amount of space. This is a 5.3 cubic liter refrigerator. Oh. And then there's one more little storage cabinet that could easily be used as a pantry here or for whatever you choose to use it for. Adjustable shelves there. Now, one of my favorite things about the EKKO is this really cool bathroom. It's kind of a European design. So once you get in here, you'll see that you have your basic toilet situation. We've got a toilet, little sink, little mirror. There's also a medicine cabinet up there and a ventilated window. But what you may not know is that this wall moves, and then you have, voila, a shower situation. So most of these smaller B pluses or Bs, you have what's called a wet bath. That means that you're in a really small area with a toilet and the shower all in the same space. In a lot of situations your legs are going to be touching the toilet, which to me is kind of not my favorite thing. I'd like for them to be separate for cleanliness, also just for the thought of it. I really like that. So for the water system, we have a 50-gallon water tank on here. That is huge for a coach of this size, which is, sorry about that. We have a tankless water heater, which means as much water as you have, it can be hot. So if you're plugged in at a park to a water system, you can have hot water all day long, or you can just use that 50 gallons that you have, and it'll keep being hot as you need it to. The other thing that system does, it's called the Truma. It also provides your furnace for the coach. So that's going to be heat and hot water, a lot like our big diesel pushers have on them as well. It's just a smaller system. So really nice to have that. Back into this master bedroom area, we have a little privacy curtain here, but we have 2 twin beds that also have a piece in the middle that can make this a much larger bed. There's plenty of room for a couple or people that don't even want to be sleeping in the same bed. You know, like if you have your 2 kids, then they want to be in their own beds. This is definitely a situation that can work for you. Or you can take this middle piece and it'll go right in the middle here and make a bigger bed. And it's quite easy to do. There's nothing really complicated about this. It's just getting it in here. So that's what that bed looks like when it's all set up. You'll also notice behind the headboard, you've got some nice little reading lights there. We have some great cabinets here. So on either side, again, a carpeted cabinet here. And then we've got lots of ways to charge 110s. And a little bit more on this side as well. So we have another set of those chargers in this cabinet here that you probably can't see. A 110 USBs. Another thing that you might not be able to see on the camera is there's little cup holders in here. So if you're to use this as like, I'm hanging out in bed at night, I can set my phone, I can set my drinks here and just have a nice little lounge area here as well. Now, as far as storage, I'm going to show you, there are these really nice drawers on either side of the bed. So no fighting over who gets what. Everybody gets one. And then down here, we have these really great shirt hanging closets. So you can actually hang things up in here and on this side as well. This one has some components stored in it right now that come with the coach. And then you can actually access this underneath the mattress too. So there's another little hidden compartment here. There's your shirt closet, there's the drawer, but back here there's a little space that you can hide all of your gold bars. So that's the basics of this back bedroom area. You of course have those windows that open again. And then we're gonna go check out the cab area, some of the great amenities here. So these seats they're manual, but they are very comfortable. Really nice and supportive. We've got built-in lumbar here. We also have powered locks and powered windows. I'm gonna turn this on, but just for a moment, because the alarm will go off because this is turned around. It does not want you driving with this seat turned around. So it's gonna scream at us a little bit, but I want you to see that it has this push button start. That 10-speed transmission here. Really nice, clean display. And then up here, we're gonna have navigation. We're gonna have a backup camera monitor, as well as Apple CarPlay, Bluetooth capability for your phone and your music, and Sirius XM ability here as well. Also, all of your temperature controls are right here integrated, and this is a push button screen. So for example, if I wanted to change the mode of driving, it's really slick out, I can do that right here. I'm going to turn that off just because it's a little bit annoying. But we can talk a little bit more about the safety features on here. We've got adaptive cruise that you can set up right here. We also have lane keeping assist, collision assist, blind spot assist, and a tire pressure monitor already integrated here. So really well loaded, very comfortable cab area. I've had a lot taller customers come and try this seat out and say they're very comfortable with it. And then shorter people like me, I can very easily reach the pedals and things like that. And that is an issue sometimes in motorhomes, that they don't accommodate for the shorter or the much taller people. So I like to always add that note there. We do have plenty of cup holders in here as well. I know that's very important. We've got one down here that you probably can't see, one up here, lots of storage up here, as well as a place to charge your phone. Some on the other side as well. And then we have 2 more cup holders right here. So lots of places, a little charging station, and a 12 volt there as well. Let's go check out the outside. First thing that you need to see is this screen door. So why is this a big deal? Well, it's because this is metal. So down here, if you have a dog that likes to go through screens and ruin your screens, they can't do it. Or if you have a cat that likes to claw at the screen, it's not going to happen. This is all metal, and they did that for that very reason, to make that more durable for your pets. This, of course, is going to slide over and lock if you need to keep the bugs out. And then we have some controls right here. One, coach battery, you can just turn that off right there, and that'll turn all your lights out throughout the whole coach, and also save your house battery if you're not using that. This right here is your awning, and I had it out earlier, but I think the wind picked up and made it come back in. But I want you to see how beautiful this is. What a nice outside area this is going to give you. Right here next to the door, you have your inverter screen and your, your solar charging here, so you know what's going on there. You can also check your coach battery, your tank levels, turn on your water pump, and also turn on your generator here. So there's just a button right here at the door. It makes it really convenient. All right. So on the outside here, we've got some storage in this bay here. We also have the ability to hook up a shower out here. So if you needed to spray something off, that's a great place that you can do that. Your fresh water drain is in there as well. And this has a really handy lock, so you can keep that open. Here we have some 110s, a place to put in an exterior dish, like a satellite dish, or if you have cable at the park that you're staying at. Dual wheels back here. This is just access to your Truma, which is your water heater and your furnace, as we talked about earlier. Then here we have 2 propane tanks. What's so beautiful about this is that you don't have to go to a station that has a propane fill. It's really a hassle, huge pain in the rear. You can just pull these out and swap them. Go to a Home Depot, go to the grocery store, whatever it is, you can just swap these out really easily. They're also connected down here. This is a quick connect, they call it, for your propane, and that you can hook up a barbecue grill if you need it down there. So then we're back in one of the most wonderful features of this. This is a heated garage. So there are heat vents that can go back here if you so choose. We also have L-track on the floor, which is something you can connect and tie down your bikes or whatever it is you're storing back here. We also have the ability to hang about 50 pounds on this grid wall here, and there's also one on the other one over there. But one of the things that I want to point out is the thickness of this door. This is full of insulation, and that's why this is rated as a 4-season camper. It is all around, and this is the only camper I know of that is actually rated 4 seasons. So you can take this skiing or to Alaska if you wanted to, and you're gonna have, your tanks are gonna be okay. They're not gonna freeze up, your lines aren't gonna freeze up, and you're gonna be able to stay warm inside. So we of course have a ladder here. You can go up there. You're really not gonna want to very much, but you're gonna wanna go up there to make sure you don't have any debris, anything covering your solar panels, and you're gonna wanna check the seal of your roof about once a year. So that's why you have a ladder. It's actually quite handy to have that there. You also have the ability to put some storage up there. So if you had a Thule or something, you could put that up there as well. This is just the rear access to that garage area. And there are some components in here that you can use. This right here is a blow-up mattress for the front 2 seats. That's handy if you have a child traveling with you, because it's actually quite small bed, but it definitely makes it doable if you have a little one that wants to come along. This is your 30 amp cord. I'll show you where that plugs in. And then you have a dump hose for your gray tank. Now this coach does not have a black tank, and we'll get to that in just a moment, but we do have a large gray tank, 51 gallons. Above me, you'll see this is another awning. So we have 2 awnings on here. One of them is the electric awning we saw just a couple of minutes ago. This is a manual awning. They call it the bat wing because of the shape of it. It does have legs you can put down, but they're really not necessary right now. Why would you want this? Let's say you've got your dogs out here, or your kids want to play outside, or you want to do some kind of activity out here, work on your bike, or maybe cook something or prep something, or tailgate. You can do all of those things under this really nice awning. So it's kind of cool to have it as another option. This is just another access to that same space, but boy, isn't it awesome. And here is your water bay. This also is heated. So you've got a heat vent right here. It's kind of tucked back there. But you've got your water fill here. You've got a shower and a very easy to use water system. So you know how to winterize it in the right places that you need all of these knobs. They made it very user friendly for you. This is your gray tank dump. Back here, this is where we put your 30 amp cord if you were to plug in. This is a spot that you can add an external solar panel. So if you have one that's independent of the coach, not attached, you can aim it exactly where you want it, and that's where you're gonna plug it in. Down here is your generator. This is a gas generator, so it's gonna pull directly from your gas tank. But that's going to give you extra power, another option for the source of where you're going to get that power. And then we do have 1 lithium battery on here, which is included right here. There is the option on these EKKOs to do no generator and 2 Lithionics batteries, if that's something that you prefer. That's a possibility. This coach just happens to have 1 of each. This is your black tank, which isn't really a black tank at all. It's actually a cassette toilet. There's no real tank on here. But what we have here is what's coming directly out of that toilet that we saw in the inside. So there's a couple ways you can use this. There is an adapter you can purchase called the Americanizer that you would put on here, and that is where you're going to attach your black hose, and then you don't have to pull this down if you have back or knee problems, something like that. But you can hook it right on there and it will dump that way. The other way you can do it is, this is kind of like a little suitcase actually. It has wheels, and you can take it to a dump station or a porta potty or a toilet, dump it into that place, and then you just put it back in. These do not smell. You're going to want to put some chemical in there. but it's actually sealed very, very well in here. It's only open when you flush that toilet on the inside. So I get asked these questions, so I thought I would just throw them in there for you. But again, a nice insulated place here and very easy to use. So the reason that they opted for that instead of a black tank is because then you don't have to be at an RV park to be able to use this coach. So again, super loaded electrically. We've got lots of solar, batteries, generator, alternator, all the things that are going to keep your batteries boosted. You can be out in the wilderness for quite a while. 50 gallons of water, you're going to be set. So these are pretty awesome little units. I was joking with my coworkers, if there was an apocalypse to come, I'd probably steal this one rather than a big one because I could live off grid for a while. But let's hope that doesn't happen. But anyway, I would love to help you with this or any of our other coaches. My name is Teresa Crawley. Thank you for watching, and please ask for me by name when you call in. Have a great new year.